Hey guys, I'm Ellie and today we're going to be talking about appearance and how you can feel your best when you're out and about. So first up, skincare. Skincare is important if you want to treat things like spots and acne and sometimes blackheads. You can get them professionally removed or you can do it at home, whichever works best for you. But skincare is so important because not only is it prepping your skin for the day's activities, it's also helping your pores and your skin kind of relax and take in nutrients. So skincare is just another way to help your skin get the nutrients it needs to thrive and survive. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of what I personally use and what I find works best for me. This is the Bioma Milky Oil Cleanser. I really like this, one because it smells like rosemary, and two, it kind of makes my skin have like this nice glossy but smooth feel, and it's just really nice and it's good for like getting in my pores, and it just like cleanses my face, and I find that just works really well for me. I have another one, I tried it out, I can't remember quite what it is, but it's like the orange version with the brightening, I think. But they both work very well. I think the other one's like the gel cream might be, I think, something like that. But I just find that Bioma's cleansers work really well for my skin. Another Bioma product that I use is the Moisturising Gel Cream SPF 30. You can probably tell what it is from the packaging. I like this one, it definitely works. A lot of the writing has like rubbed off on this, that's how much I've used it. It's really nice, it gives me protection, obviously it's one of the things that you put on last. And I just overall find that it really helps my skin. I do have quite naturally pale skin and freckles, so I do need protecting from the sun, specifically when we're in summer. So I find myself using this an awful lot more during the summer and a bit less during the winter. I have a couple others with lower SPF, but this is the one I tend to use the most, that's why I'm showing it. Another brand you might recognise is Bubble. I use the Bubble Cloud Surf Moisturiser. Honestly, this one is so nice on my skin. I have had a little bit of trouble with a couple of the other. I took the skin type test that they have on their website, and definitely it's good because it helped me find this moisturiser. But the first time I took it, it did end up setting me up with a slam dunk. And while it does work for my skin, it does slightly irritate my skin. I don't know why. I might be allergic to something in it, I might not. It might just be my skin not reacting very well to the Slam Dunk moisturiser. But this is the one I tend to use on a day-to-day basis. It's definitely my favourite. And like I said, I have the Slam Dunk moisturiser. I did originally get this one for myself. And then this one is actually from my aunt. I got it for my birthday, but this one is honestly really good. It just does irritate my skin a little bit, so if I use it at night rather than in the morning, because if I use it in the morning and then it makes my skin a little bit red and inflamed, specifically on my cheeks and my forehead, I do not feel my best when I'm out and about, so I try and avoid that. And then I have this little face serum. This isn't Glow Recipe, this is actually Glow Skin, and it's actually one of Home Bargain's own brands. And if you look at my TikTok, I'm pretty sure I have an unboxing of a couple of these. But honestly, it's just so good. I love it. And it smells like apples and pears. And I love that so much. It's so nice. It's good overall. And if you want like something like gentle on your skin, I definitely recommend one of these. Another serum by Glow Skin is my little eye serum. I use this under my eyes. I use this specifically in the mornings, before school and before bed as well. It does help with when you have under eye bags, and honestly it's just so nice, and it cools my skin down as well. I often find that I get a little bit irritated underneath my eyes. It makes such a huge difference with my confidence when I know that like under my eyes isn't going to be inflamed because I'm wearing this. And then the last Glow Skin thing that I have is the day cream. They do have a night cream, but I don't have it because I haven't got around to actually remembering to buy it yet. But this is just like the basic skin cream. Don't know why I'm having this one. It's really good. It's just like basic. And again, also it smells like apples and pears. Glow Skin definitely does have a lot of sweet scents. Quality of this cream is definitely quite good. I wouldn't say it's the best cream I've ever tried. Bubble and Bioma definitely take that prize. But it is good for what it's worth, and it is relatively cheap. Glow Skin is definitely good for your budget, while Bioma and Bubble definitely can help your skin, but if you're trying to cut down on the costs, you should, I think honestly glow skin is just the way to go. And that is basically it for skincare. That's entirely my skincare use. But if we want to talk about things like cleansing my skin, I often tend to use, I often tend to use the Bubble Micellar Milk if I'm taking off my makeup at the end of the day. I love this one and it's just so nice. I do have a couple basic micellar waters, but I just think that this one works so much better. So moving on to the next part of the video is makeup. I also apologise for the lighting change, the camera change, and just like any other changes you might notice in general. I'm filming the next day. So next up is makeup. Now it is your choice if you want to wear makeup or not. I personally don't tend to. If I do wear makeup, I tend to wear just mascara and a little bit of lip gloss and maybe some blush if I'm feeling fancy. But half the time I don't find myself wearing makeup. That might be because I find myself personally not needing it. I'm not particularly prone to wearing makeup. I'm not a huge fan of the way that a full face will feel on my skin. But if you like wearing makeup, that's your choice. It's completely up to you. And I am not here to judge you. But if you are having troubles with your makeup, I have a couple things I can suggest, and these come from actual professionals and they're not just my opinion, which you'll be glad to know. So the main tip is to identify your skin tone and the undertone. These are important because otherwise you would end up with different shades of things, and it obviously, if you're swatching onto your hands, you need to be careful, especially if your hands aren't the same or similar colour to your face, specifically if you've been tanning. If you're normally very tan, lean towards tanned colours. If you're not tan, lean towards more paler colours, and if you are black, definitely lean towards that end of the colour spectrum. If you are struggling with concealers, I definitely think that number 7 definitely has some good concealers. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I think, according to my stepsister, I think Maybelline also has some concealers that work. And my second point would be to pick colours that complement your hair colour and your eye colour. This is so important because that way it can really draw in all the features that you have. Don't go for any brands that are known to have toxic things in their makeup. Don't go for any sketchy brands, and don't really go for any brands you don't know without researching what could be in them, because as I said with the skincare, there could always be something in there that you might be allergic to or might be toxic and you wouldn't realise because you've not actually researched the item. So it's very important to do your research, and I always do that. Have a little bit of a play around with it and just see what works for you really. And then moving on to hair. Obviously this is something that's very important. People often see a hair as a representation and reflection of themselves. If they cannot freely express themselves, I think hair is definitely a very good way to go. So some people might do plaits or pigtails, and in a way I think they kind of represent innocence. You often see those on little girls. But I think honestly anyone can make any hairstyle look good. You just have to find your hair type and then try and find hairstyles that would work for that hair type. For example, I can't wear my hair straight because I have naturally wavy hair, so my hair will always kind of bounce back into those waves at the end of the day. So I find it a bit pointless to keep straightening my hair. So I just don't really tend to do that. But it also does depend on your face shape. For example, I have a kind of round sort of ovalish face, and I definitely find that doing anything that any kind of long hairstyles like my plaits or having my hair down, it definitely makes me look a lot more, in a way, mature. It's kind of, you would say it's dragging my face in, but it's also not. But I have a couple of hairstyles listed here for people to try with certain different kind of hair and face types, so I'm just going to list them out. So for a round face, it is recommended that you try long haircuts with layers or styles that might add height. For example, having longer hair, I think that is, or having your hair quite high up. I'm not sure if what exactly that means, but it could mean either or. If you have an oval face, try bobs, shoulder length cuts, and even pixies. They might look good. I've seen a couple inside pics on Pinterest and they look really good, but unfortunately I do not have that kind of face shape there. I don't think a pixie would really suit me. If you have a square face shape, try soft layers or styles that add volume. If you have a heart face shape, try long bob side parts and cuts that add width around the jaw. Diamond, try shoulder length styles with layers or chin length bobs because they can kind of like accentuate the face. And personally, I think it's a great idea if you look for inspo on social media like TikTok or Instagram or even Pinterest, and you can find your dream hair, then take it to a stylist, or even use virtual hairstyle apps or ask your stylist for recommendations. Anyways guys, I hope these tips help you to feel so much more confident in your own skin and body, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and make sure to keep the positive vibes up. Bye!